Each bishop in the Catholic Church bears the responsibility to sanctify and instruct, as well as to govern the diocese to which he's been appointed. The majority of church members in any given diocese are those who are in the lay state. It is the bishop's job to lead the diocese so that all members can both learn and live the faith in union with Christ and with one another. The first part of the bishop's relationship to the laity is sanctification, assisting us in answering the call to holiness. The bishop's main contact with the laity is through the sacraments of baptism, Eucharist, but mainly through confirmation. Each time the bishop seals the baptism of the laity at confirmation, he is also challenging us, who have already been confirmed, to live out the mission of being a Christian. And the bishop is most effective when he has drawn near to the laity of his diocese and truly understands the great challenge and struggle we face to live out our Christian vocation, to share and defend the faith, in opposition to the values presented by our secular world, but especially any issues that we deal with within our own diocese. The bishop also has a connection to the laity in how matters of faith and morals are taught throughout the diocese. More than merely making the sacraments available to us through our parishes and the priests that are assigned to us, we need instruction on how to live the life of a budding saint. The bishop has to see that each man, woman, and child are provided with ongoing faith formation for their particular educational level, and this is no small task or undertaken given the varied levels of particular education. We need this to be able to grow stronger in our faith and to grow closer in relationship with Jesus Christ. Our diocese has made Catholic education a top priority, especially for our elementary age school children, because it is not tuition-based, but it is based on the fact that our parishioners, that our parents give of time, talent, and treasure to their parishes. Finally, the bishop has a role and a responsibility to govern the diocese, to make the tough decisions on matters from the pastoral placement of his priests and deacons to the charism of lay movements throughout the diocese, on financial matters at the chancery, as well as decisions on the smallest missions within our diocese. Also, how to help support healthy vocations in response to the dynamic changing numbers of active Catholics. But this relationship is not one-sided. We, the laity, have a responsibility to our bishop as well. He is our overseer, our shepherd, our ordinary minister and leader, as well as our contact with the greater universal church. The bishop himself was called out by God and his community from the lay state in order to answer the vocation to lead and serve the church in this particular way. In our relationship to him, it is our responsibility to pray for him, to obey him in what it is that he asks of us, and to serve the successor of the first apostles. First and foremost, our bishop needs our prayers. It is a tough job to oversee the spiritual needs of such a variety of people within a diocese. But then again, we have to consider in whose shoes he's looking to be able to follow. The first apostles, the first 12, had the entire world to take care of. Next, we need to do as our bishop asks us to do, to give assent of our faith and to respond in obedience to our faith, in which we have been baptized and confirmed. When the bishop invites a missionary to speak at one of the parishes in his diocese, we need to go, listen, be welcoming to the missionary, and search our hearts to see what it is that we can truly give. If the bishop asks for assistance in the diocese on a particular matter, to be able to serve on a committee or to be able to give in order to be able to make sure that the diocese can continue to support itself and its missions, then we need to be able to give. We are to step up and always answer in the affirmative to what it is that our bishop asks of us. And certainly, if the bishop gives us a dispensation on a Friday in Lent to be able to eat meat so that we can celebrate St. Patrick's Day or St. Joseph's Day with a fine cut of beef, be it roast beef or corned beef, we should show our appreciation to to the bishop for being so thoughtful. Our last responsibility is to be able to serve the bishop through serving our local church, of which he has charge. Again, this is a challenge in our world today, not because there are too few places to be able to serve or opportunities to serve, but because of the demands on our time. It requires us to have a generous spirit, to be able to give in a world that says take. But when the example of service is set by our bishop, a man called forth from the laity, one who gives his life in service to Jesus Christ and his church, we can follow his example. Our bishop knows we are capable of this service because we have been well equipped with graces from the sacraments, knowledge of our faith, and along with the particular set of talents and gifts that we have been endowed by the Holy Trinity. Last year, while visiting Bangladesh, our Pope, Francis, urged the bishops to cultivate their relationship with the laity and to be close to them, especially to young people and families who have much to contribute to the church, according to their particular gifts. Pope Francis said this: recognize and value the charisms of lay men, women, and even their children, and encourage them to put their gifts at the service of the church and the society as a whole, as it is they who reflect the cultural, social, and economic reality of a country. So too it is the laity who reflect the social, cultural, and economic reality of any diocese. If we are to be able to build a bright future together, let us pray together, and let us be hopeful that the relationship between our bishops in the church and the laity would be a great one. Thank you so much for listening. Good day, and God bless.